Okay, let's take a look around Lightroom and see what we have, to kind of see where everything is sitting. Of course, across the top we have our standard menu bar right across up there. Right now we're looking at the library module. There are several modules: library, develop, map, and book. These are both new modules here in version 4. Slideshow, and then just off screen print and web. When we're talking about things on the right hand side, I'll move the screen over so we can see that. We have a main work area in here. Depending upon which module you're looking at, this will change. Right now we're in the library view, so we can see all of our different images here inside of the library module. Across the bottom is the film strip. You'll always see the film strip. We can control the size of that by pulling this little divider line up and down like that. So there's the film strip, so that's always available to you. It's basically like having your library always open across the bottom of the screen. Let's just squeeze that down. It's a very useful tool, so you can very quickly find pictures that you want to be working with up in this section. Now notice around the sides here, there's a little triangle right there, a little triangle up here. There's also one on the right side and the bottom as well. What those do is they control these sections. This controls the top section, so I can hide or show that top section. If you hide it and then hover over that for a second, that pops up. So you can have a little pop-up version, or you can have it always open, depending on how you like to work. Left hand side, just kind of hover over that, a little temporary pop-up, and you can go through and choose what you want over here, or click on that and it becomes a locked in position. So it allows you to either open up or hide any of those 4 sections: the menus on the left hand side or the right hand side, or the top section, or the film strip across the bottom. Right down below at the bottom of the screen, just off of our record area, is another one of those areas that closes off the bottom side of the screen. Now looking over here, we again have each one of the different modules. Let me pull the window over just a little bit. There we go. And there's the modules: library, develop, map, and book, slideshow, print, and web. Now the library module, this is where you do all of your organizing of your images. The develop module is where you do most of your cleanup work on your images. There are some ways of doing cleanup in the other modules, but most of it is done there with the develop module. So because that, these are the two you'd be normally using most of the time. Library to organize and find your images, and then develop to work on those images and clean those up. Everything else is for outputting your images. Output your images to the map. We're going to actually track where they are on the map. Output them to a book, output to a slideshow, output to a print, or output for the web. So these are all of your outputs. So that's the basic layout. Most of your work again done right there: library and develop, and then your outputs for everything else on the right hand side. Now we have tools on the left and the right of your screen, and depending upon the module you'll have different tools left and right side. Some tools will be similar. For instance, over here on the left hand side you'll tend to find collections and navigator in most of the modules over here on the left hand side. Other things will change as they need to. You'll also have buttons at the bottom of these sections, and these will allow you to work with whatever it is that you're doing over here on the left hand side. Same thing for the right hand side. Now on these modules, they can be opened up by just clicking on little arrow. It opens up that particular module. There's our little catalog, for instance, right there. Here's the navigator view, just like that. Here's our collections and smart collections. Publish services. So you can open and close these as you need to, and again, if you need to work with or do something down here, these buttons will tend to work with most of these up here. And the buttons may change depending upon what it is that you're doing on the left hand side. Same thing for the right hand side. That's just a little icon. That's just a little graphic thing. Don't even worry about that. You can actually change that, and I'll show you how you can change the look of your window here a little later on in our training. So we have tools on the left hand side, tools on the right hand side, and then your main work area in the middle. To make your work area in the middle larger, just collapse one of your sides and it gives you a larger work area. For instance, if we're over on the develop section, we'll have one picture in the center as opposed to the library view. It'll take it a moment to switch over. As soon as it does, we'll have this picture enlarged in the center section. There we go. Notice how it opened up the left and the right hand panes in here. Again, tools on the left hand side, tools at the right hand side. If I close this left side down, the image gets even larger, so it allows you to work on your image. Notice the little magnifying glass, and then we also can zoom in or out or use our zoom tools down here, so it's easy to control the view that you're working with. Notice how I moved over here to the develop module, and across the bottom I still see the rest of my pictures. I can still go and switch to a different picture just by choosing it from my film strip across the bottom down here. Just click on the picture and it switches you right over to that other section. So that's a basic look around. In just a little bit we're going to begin going through and take a little closer look at each one of these different modules and see where things are in the modules. We'll then do some real basic jobs such as creating a new catalog of images and then bringing photos in, organizing images and so forth, and we'll then begin to move in and look in great detail at all the different menu options and tools and so forth. Okay, that's our quick little look around the Lightroom 4 program.